comfortable.
So how do you go from that, thinking this is not really the thing I want to do necessarily, actively or passively, to auditioning for Rushmore?
Well, what happened was that I was making a record. I was in a band at the time called Phantom Planet, and we were making our first album, and we had been together since 1994. So this was 1997, and I had just entered my senior year of high school, and my grandfather, Carmine Coppola, he is a composer, and my uncle Francis was having a celebration. He had scored a film, and we were having a celebration. My grandfather was dead at this time, but having an orchestra come play these pieces of music for a charity type event.
Yeah.
And this was in up in Northern California, and I wasn't supposed to go, but my mom last minute was able to get us all tickets to go up, and so we went up on a Friday, and I was at this party, and there was a casting. I guess Rushmore had casting directors in different cities, as is very typical of movies. And one of the casting directors for the from the San Francisco agency or whatever was at this party.
Yeah.
She knew my family somehow, and she was talking to my cousin Sophia, and asked her. And Sophia said, "What are you working on?" And she said, "Oh, we're casting this movie called Rushmore. And we're auditioning kids, and she said, "What's it about?" And she said, "It's about an eccentric teenager who's in love with an older woman and who writes plays and things." And she said, "That sounds kind of like my cousin." And I had written a play like a year before, and I was in love with this older woman, and a lot of things added up. But so I met I met this woman, and she said, "Are you hi? Are you an actor?" I said, "No, I'm not an actor. I'm a drummer." And she said, "Well, I'm casting a movie in Los Angeles, and if you'd like to go in and audition, we're having these open auditions. You should go." And I said, "Well, it would be a real waste of your time, and I'm not an actor." And she said, "You should try. You should go. You should read the script. I think you really, you could do." And I think I was wearing because I was socially awkward and a little bit of a clown. I was wearing a tuxedo with tails, and I had like a top hat, I think. I had gone it was like, "Oh, orchestra party? Great, let's, so I really was going for it. And so, she was like, "You seem maybe like this." So anyway, I gave her my, and also if you're, no offense, but I guess me as a drummer in a band, you're not used to getting that kind of attention.
Right.
Someone saying "You should audition for something." That's typically the guitar player, the singers get that.
Right.
And so I wasn't used to someone talking. And so in my mind, I'm going, there's 4 other guys you should talk to that in my band that are pretty cool. So they sent the script to my house the next day. I went home, I read it, and I remember going "Oh my God, this is everything I find funny." And I also thought, man, whoever gets to be in this is going to be so lucky. I can't wait to see this movie. And really, that was my attitude.